Because the music's so loud. Got it. Is that too low? You know, I don't know. Yes. Can you hear it at all?
It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.
Okay. Fast convo, on or off? I guess that just means you can click through conversation. Hmm. I haven't been like the player of a Nancy Drew game in many years. And I didn't even play most of it, did I? I just got awoken to play the end. Hmm. Oh, you know what's fun? My mouse is stuck on. I'm gonna hold on. I have to do this to you because I can't. I need to pull the stream. Not that it's showing me our stream is live, which I appreciate. Okay, there we go. Are we amateurs or masters? Is that no hints? It was junior and senior detective. Okay.
What time is it?
Late.
Savannah? Is that you? What's wrong?
I got a case for you.
Can it wait until later?
I'm sorry, it can't. There's been a kidnapping. A girl just a little older than
Oh
you.
no.
Shouldn't the police be taking care of this?
There's only so much they can do, and she needs to be found before something bad happens.
What do you mean?
The call came in for me, but I can't go. Thornton Hall is a dangerous place for people like me.
Ghost hunters, you mean? So people think it's haunted?
Mm-mm. They know.
Oh.
Jesslyn needs someone who ain't afraid to run after her.
She's
That
like,
ain't me.
what is name?
What I'm asking of you is dangerous.
After everything you did for me in Japan, I'll do it.
Thank you. Drive to the airport now. I'll arrange a ticket. And Nancy, I didn't call you just because you're a good detective. I called you because you're a skeptic. Thornton Hall is no place for anyone who believes.
Then you called the right detective.
I'm serious. You think long and hard about that before you get on that plane. If what you find on the island is going to get to you, don't go. Stay home.
Don't worry, I'm on the case.
Well, she called us urgently, and she's like, you have to go there. And then she's like, but think about it real hard.
You sure about this?
I am.
Watch yourself around the Thorntons. They earn their bad reputation.
Well, thanks for being concerned. I should be okay.
Well, it depends who's here. Hope for your sake Wade's not skulking around. Or that loony bin reject, Harper. But it's Charlotte you best watch for. Black Rock Island belongs to her now. Has ever since the night the fire took her. Take care now.
Oh, I'm fine. Right. There's already options. Should I just go straight forward? So big.
Jesselyn?
Excuse me?
Sorry. Of course you're not. I'm just tired.
No, don't be. I'm Nancy.
You're here to help?
That's what
Savannah
it sounds
Woodham
like
called
she's
me.
saying.
She seems to think there's a supernatural explanation to Jesselyn's disappearance.
A couple of days back, that would have earned an eye roll. I'm Colton, the fiancé. Welcome to Thornton
I'm sorry.
Hall.
You
I'd
thought we
extend
were
you
your
all the
fiance?
courtesies of the Thornton clan, but we seem to be about 20 years too late for that. You might need this.
How tired could you possibly
I found
be?
it in the house.
Thanks.
Is this
That's pretty
Jesselyn's?
Yeah. It's dead, though. And the charger got mangled by something. Maybe you could channel all that inquisitive energy into seeing if you can get that old phone back up and running.
Yeah. Like,
Were
what?
you and Jesselyn getting married soon?
Yes?
Any chance this is
Yeah.
just pre-wedding jitters?
She might have had second thoughts about the wedding. Trust me, everyone does.
Okay.
But she never let anyone worry about her like this. She loved her family more than anything.
Yeah.
Is it safe to assume you had second thoughts about the wedding?
I never said that.
True, but you implied it. You said, trust me, everyone does.
Nancy never gets
I
any
know.
less bold.
I remember it like it was just moments ago.
I'd better get
Funny.
going.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye. Why do you stand like that? Ooh, a bug got zapped. Okay. Should I be going in? No one's gonna greet me inside? I'm just fucking YOLO. Hello.
You must be Nancy.
Yes, you must be Clara, Jesselyn's mother.
Some strong.
Yes,
I want you to know that I'm here to help you with anything you need.
that's real sweet, hon.
I know you may not want me here since you didn't actually call me yourself.
So long as you help me find Jesselyn, you're welcome under what's left of my roof here.
Truly, how do you live here? It's like decrepit.
Who did Jesselyn come here with?
Addison. I tried talking to her, but she was a wreck.
I do like it.
Here.
I said I do like it though. I was watching a playthrough this morning and then I stopped and I was like, I want to play this.
She'll have calmed down a bit by now. I hope.
I only saw like slightly past this, and I also wasn't really paying attention. What do I think happened to her?
Is there any chance Jesselyn's disappearance could be cold feet?
My Jessie would never put her family through this nightmare. Never.
What do you think happened to Jesselyn?
I know.
You wouldn't know by the look of this dump, but we're worth a great deal of money. Well, that's what I thought this was. But then, no note. Not yet, at least. I can't believe I'm praying for a ransom note to show up. It's like someone's trying to punish us.
Why do you say that?
Thornton Hall was once something truly beautiful, but so much greed and tragedy built up in these walls that when they started to crumble, I wanted to save this place, make it mine, but I couldn't. So whoever took Jessie wanted us to sit here in this broken-down old house waiting for her.
Why is everyone here? Shouldn't we be out searching for Jesselyn?
I closed down the company. The entire staff is out combing the woods. I said, sit home or join the search. You get paid either way. Not a soul stayed home. Jesselyn grew up in the business. She's got a lot of people looking out for her. I can be thankful
What is the
for
business?
that.
I somehow
The police recommended a presence here. They said we'd have a better chance of noticing if something was off here, knowing the place and all.
Were things good between Colton and Jesselyn?
They had their rows and their romantic dinners, same as any couple. Colton had
What a
some,
weird expression.
well, hon, he had some issues, but they worked through them.
You mentioned that Colton had some issues.
Nancy, this is a
What
long
did you mean?
conversation.
To put it delicately,
Yeah.
family issues. Never you mind. It has nothing to do with what's going on now.
I'd better get going.
See you later, hon.
Why? Yeah. Fine, Jesselyn is on my tasks. Like, no fucking shit.
It's locked.
It's just not detailed.
It's locked.
Is that?
It's locked. It's locked.
Resume. Oh, who's this weirdo? Curium Thornton. Okay. Oh. Espionage in a bonnet. Interesting. There's Harriet Tubman. Sarah Edmonds. Yeah. What cool lady. What's this? Oh. A long, cold night on Black Rock. When, all right. The years of plenty would soon be. I was gonna read it, but I don't think it matters. Wait, all right, fine. Just fucking read it. The years of plenty would soon be upon the Thornton clan, but they would not come without a price. In order to keep a close watch on the production facility, what production? Jeb had a small factory built on the Black Rock property. He did not foresee the potentially disastrous possibilities. When the winds grew cold and the waves made passage back to the mainland difficult, the workers were granted permission to stay overnight in the factory. None survived. Sarah was the first to enter the factory the morning after the accident and never recovered from the shock of what she found within. Many within the town held Sarah in high regard for her kind, open nature. The employees in particular had an unwavering appreciation for Sarah, who had taken on the role of caregiver once the factory moved onto the island, affectionately calling her Nana. What? Weird. She'd visit the factory twice a day with bread and treats, even offering a warm bed in the main house to an employee who fell ill. Shortly after the tragedy, Jeb began construction on a housing unit for inclement weather and immediately restaffed the factory, despite Sarah's wishes. While Jeb seemed justifiably upset, he was determined to maintain the family business no matter what. When the new employees arrived on the island, Sarah retired to her room, refusing to leave until her death a few years later. It's been said that a handwritten note found in her pocket read, "We have sown the black seeds of death, and forevermore will harvest only blood." Evidence suggests that this note may have been fabricated, but the chilling message remains a popular element of Thornton lore. Okay. Jeb was... she refused to leave her room until she died. Did you hear the note? Lovely. Jeb lost his wife. It's not a family trait. Blah, blah, blah. All right, that matters. And then he just hired new ones, and Sarah was like, "No, I don't like that." And he was like, "Oh, go fuck yourself. Stay in your room until you die, I guess." All right, Jeb and Sarah. I think I've got in. I can just make myself some
I
tea.
need to add some tea first.
Okay, put it down. Should I make tea your way? I haven't seen you drink tea, so I don't know what you do. I just stole all the oranges out of that bowl. Every orange came with me. What do I need all this for? Yeah. Let's go. Who are you? Beauregard. Those are obnoxious names. Turpentine. No. Electricity manual. Okay. I don't. So you need coins, vinegar, salt, potatoes, fruit. There you go. Oh. Who are these strange real life people? I know, truly.
This looks like a painting. I should find somewhere to place it.
Why do you think that's your business, Nancy? To hang up this painting? I don't like that little hook. Oh, I don't like that. No, that's a no for me, dog. That should no. It's a fucking plantation.
That didn't sound good.
Cotton process. Tea. Mm-hmm. It's a cozy game. Rebecca left me to get scared alone. That's fine. Okay. Many a worker lost their fingers in the processing room. That's a horrible sign. Many a worker lost their fingers in the processing room. Okay. Oh. Okay, well, I can't put the oranges on it. Tell you that. Well, Wolverine. Oh. A cotton picker. Dexter, shut up. All right. Nancy, this just feels like a horror movie. Like you're just walking around picking up weapons. What?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
That's all you have to contribute.
Hmm.
Okay. Coins to make our no. Stop. Stop. All right, but we need vinegar, salt, a paper towel. Sure, we just need vinegar and salt. I'm just gonna take a picture of this so we don't have to come find this book again. All the days of having 17 screenshots from Nancy Drew on my phone. Sure. All right. Not gonna take a picture of them. What is in this jar?
I
Oh,
don't have all the parts I need.
okay. Well, that's where we go to make it then. At least that's good to know. I really wish this was some hanging around. This, yeah, it's the cotton gin. I don't think it's nothing else I can do to it. Maybe I need cotton. I think I've done everything in here. What? It is. Okay, that was fun. All right. Well, I feel like you made that happen by saying it was spooky. You did that to us. Okay.
It looks like the painting is missing.
Okay. Maybe it's the one we have in our pocket. His. True. Maybe they don't want him up, Nancy. Maybe you mind your own goddamn business. Ooh, cotton. Maybe we can put it in the machine. Yes. Insane. What a nice new table, though, that I is that. Oh my god. There's someone's bag? I can't look in that? Are you for serious? The radius around that table is huge. Why do they have so many books about them? I'm not reading. Stop. All right. Is this the way that I came? Yes. That's Mariana from the story. She's a looker that we just picked up. It mentioned a woman named Mariana too.
What's that smudge? It almost looks like something was painted over.
What smudge? This whole figure that's in a different style than every other painting in here? You want to thin it with paint? Can I put paint thinner? There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. What smudge?
There's something back there. What is that? Are those graves?
Okay. So we painted over graves. Not entirely sure what that means. Can I click any? Nope. Like I want what is the deal? Fine. Okay. Should I go outside? Should I put the cotton in the thing? No. I can't. True. Maybe. Or maybe nothing will happen. Eh? No. Why can't we even look at it? True. She hums here. She's humming very aggressively. I don't appreciate the attitude. I don't want to talk to you. Oh. Don't like that. Don't. That's all I can do here is look at the creepy swing? Okay.
Hi.
No, bye. I didn't want to talk
See
to
you
you.
later.
Later.
Cemetery. That's where you should go, right?
Hey,
We're being yelled at.
you're not Savannah.
No, but you must be Wade.
Is she with you? Are you the new assistant? What's his name, get canned or something?
Logan? I don't know. All I know is that she thought I'd be the right person for the case. She's not coming.
They've
What
been
did
just throwing
you
a lot of
just say?
lore at us with
She
no
said she was sorry
background.
to send me, but nothing could get her to come here.
I never took her for a coward.
Well, she seemed pretty scared of the ghosts.
Ghosts? No, that ain't it.
Really?
She's scared of seeing me.
That's all you had
I
to say
hope
about
Savannah understands the mess she dropped you in.
What kind of mess?
Take a look around and then you tell me. Who's more welcome here? The living or the dead?
that? I thought they were
Anyway,
ghosts.
Savannah had a package sent. I guess it must be for you. It's up in the house.
Who else is here?
Clara, that's Jesselyn's mother. Colton, her fiancé.
Anyone else?
Depends what you mean by anyone.
Any other alive or verifiably real people?
No.
From what I understand, the Thornton family business is very successful.
Yeah.
Yep. We got money and all the trouble that buys.
Okay.
Who runs the family company?
Clara,
Do you think that's fair?
no.
What?
Would you like to run the company?
Good, sweet nonsense, no. Do not even imply that I'm after that to anyone.
Okay. So many questions.
What do you think of Colton?
I do not like that shifty little punk.
All right.
But I have said that about all Jesse's boyfriends. With him, I mean it a little extra.
Shitty little punk.
Something's crooked with the two of them together. I don't know if she can see it or not.
Why aren't you in the house?
I'm only on the island because Jesselyn's missing. Nothing's gonna get me in that house.
Okay.
What's Clara's relationship to the rest of the family?
There's
My
gotta be.
cousin, Harper and Charlotte's cousin. She lived with the girls after her mama passed.
Does anyone actually live here?
No one lives out on the island, but just on the shore.
Were you close to Jesselyn?
Everyone was. Everyone is.
Oh.
She's the bright spot of happiness in this whole miserable family.
Is she dead?
Do you know Savannah?
I did, once.
And now?
And now I don't.
That's shady.
How did you
Y'all
meet
fucked.
Savannah?
For sure.
We went to the same bookstore.
You don't seem like the type.
That's
I'll
rude,
take that as
Nancy.
a compliment and an insult.
How long ago was this?
A while.
I'll assume
Gone now.
literacy levels.
It was a little old dark place. Carried these musty old books. Stuff that didn't exist anywhere else.
What kind of stuff?
All sorts. But I was there researching our family. Savannah had this way of reading. Like there was something she needed to know real bad. One day I finally asked, "What is it you need to know so bad?" You know what she said?
What?
Nothing. She handed over the book she was reading and walked out. At first, I'm feeling a touch rejected. But then I look at the book.
What was the book?
That was the crazy thing. It was the
Um.
Thornton family book of names. Births, deaths, marriage, and so on, going way back.
I would feel
Why
creeped
would she
out,
have that?
personally.
Why, indeed. I had to know. Took me some doing, but I tracked her down.
So you met Savannah
Good
because
point.
she was trying to find Charlotte's ghost?
One of those people who
Not a
met her was
library, a
Savannah.
bookstore.
Ask her, and maybe she'll tell you about it. After that, she became obsessed with Thornton Hall. We got to know each other. I fell for her like a Black Tuesday banker. In the end, the landing was just
Okay.
as rough.
Oh,
You said you were researching the family. Why?
After Charlotte died, that's when something I always knew came out shining so bright, I finally had to admit it. Long as it's been growing, the Thornton family tree's been split down the middle. The evil roots always trying to strangle out the good.
okay.
I used to think I was on the side of good.
And now?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Yep, same here.
Oh my
What
god.
did you mean about the family being split in two?
You wouldn't know by
Trending.
looking around here, seeing the state we're in. But we're loaded.
What's that have to do with
Y'all bring up
anything?
being loaded
The
a lot.
Thornton family bought its money with blood, and not always our own.
And you think one part of the family had more to do with this than the other?
I don't speak ill of the dead, especially not when they're staring up at the soles of my boots. Look around.
What an interesting way to
You'll
phrase it.
see.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Get on out of here now.
Ew. I'm gonna look around.
No need to jump, just me.
Can you tell me about some of these stones?
I'll tell you what I can. But sometimes it's best to just look and listen. That there is Clara's mother.
What can you tell me about her?
Okay.
Not a great deal. She loved her secrets. Never even told Clara who her daddy was.
Why not?
Whoop.
Don't know. When Clara was about 10, Rosalie got
Maybe
real
she don't
sick.
know who he is.
Every day, Clara would ask about her daddy. I think she was afraid of being left to fend for herself. But Rosalie wouldn't say.
Okay. Spark. A spark at birth, a flame in life, a quiet ember in the night. Wonder if that's a riddle or just a fun saying. Why are you shaking your phone like that? Hello, ma'am. How are you? Hey. Mm. Okay. There's so many headstones.
That's Charlotte.
Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. That's a sad inscription.
It was a sad time. None of us wanted to
The
see
fuck?
her leave. We didn't expect it to become what it's become.
I'm confused. Sarah, may she find her voice once more. Spooky. Beauregard.
Beauregard Thornton. Mean old codger.
Okay. That is something. No. Leaf. Virginia.
Virginia, my mother.
So there's Charlotte's
Can you tell me
tombstone. I'm
anything about
confused
her?
as to who Charlotte
Just that I
is.
miss her.
It
And I
says.
always will.
Let me. It says, "Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back." Is she dead or did she run away? Why is it, "Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back"? Like it's just a weird. Oh, it's just weird.
Luther, my daddy.
So it
Mama
goes.
called him the king of slamming doors. He had a hot temper, but a soft heart, and no mind for business. He wasn't intuitive. He brought me out here to the stones at night. Taught me how to open my eyes, shut up, and listen. You rest well, Daddy.
Okay. Okay. I don't think I can go past up here. Oh wait, yes I can. Hello. I can't. Oh. Maybe. What can I do here? Can I wonder what needs to happen here? Something. Okay. That's already where I can't go any farther. Okay. Can I look at
Roger and Marie, side by side from the day they married to the day they died. Both real sweet.
Aw.
Charlotte and Harper's parents. May they rest in peace.
Wait, so who's Harper? Oh. Okay. That's Mariana. Side by side. That's cute. I didn't look at the there we go. Oh. Okay. Okay.
It's locked.
It's locked. No shit, Nancy. This inscription, I don't know what it said. All right. What's this? That's tea. Thornton. Okay, everybody. Oh, I have a package. Guess correct. An EMF reader. And it's by her? Nancy, here's some of my old paperwork. You chose not to take any hints. So she can't offer us any help. Um, Oh, I guess there's something. No, she's got possibly unreliable. I know. Oh, Wade. When she died, part of the town died with her. Sarah. It was an accident. What the fuck? What does that mean? Do you think what happened the night she died might have changed that? It was an accident. What if it wasn't? Then she's Charlotte. She always was Charlotte. The fuck? What does that mean? Mm. Okay. I can only you can't be with me. What should I do? Can I go talk to Clara? Clara, you got any vinegar?
Yes.
Is there anything else I should know that might help me find Jesselyn?
Yeah. Keep a suspicious eye on Wade.
Wade didn't seem all that dangerous to me.
He neglected to tell you about his time spent in jail, I see.
As a matter of fact...
Wade's a nice guy when he wants to be. And only when he wants to be.
Okay.
I'm happy we have another set of eyes looking for Jesse. But I do hope you know what you're getting yourself into.
What's the story with the locked room upstairs?
It's Charlotte's. We don't go in there.
It might help me figure out what's going on, if I could take a look around.
Best of luck. That door locked itself up tight the day of her funeral. There's not a key in this world that'll open it. I've tried.
Suspicious.
Everyone else seems to be avoiding the house. Why are you in here?
You'll think I'm crazy.
Not after the day I've had.
Fair enough. I guess I want to be close to whatever it is that took Jesselyn.
Okay.
Who else was in that old portrait with you?
You know, hon, we had that covered up for a reason.
Told you,
I can't
Nancy.
talk about it. Not right now. Please, just leave me be.
Nosy ass. No, I don't want to.
Can't do that right now.
All right, well, get out of here then, ma'am. I want to snoop around. Take any more fruit? Can I clean you? Fine, fine. Yep. True. She didn't say I didn't have what I need. Hmm. I hate. Can I weigh points? Huh. No way, cotton. Okay. Oh. Why can't I touch the door? Can I throw like a... Can I touch it with a picker? No. Okay. This story is true. Okay. I'll walk away. Thanks. Nothing. Oh, wait. You know what I was... Oh. All right. Maybe don't touch the door. Bad things behind the door. Okay, fine. I'll go away.
Hi.
Maybe we could go to sleep until like a little bit later and see if Clara goes to bed or moves.
What do you think of Clara?
She's just a little severe until you get to know her.
And then?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. You don't know her yet? Aren't you engaged to her child?
You're holding something back.
So what if I am?
All right. Sassy. What was that? I saw something moving in the window. Was it Clara? No. Mm-hmm. Ah!
What was that?
Bitch! The fuck you mean, what was that? Did you unlock the door for me? Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh no.
I already have one.
Oh fuck. Oh dear. Oh,
Nancy,
your life sounds very
I
stressful.
saw something really strange.
I did too.
What do you
She
think that
saved your life.
was?
There you go.
Excuse me, I need to be alone.
I told her, I said I saw something strange. And she told me to go fuck myself, basically. Wade!
I can't leave now.
What if I did, though? What if I was just like, fuck it. Actually, see? It was a shadow again. It was a very faint shadow. Alright. You want to talk about what I saw?
Hi.
No.
Goodbye.
We've already had this.
Bye.
No. Yeah.
Wanna hear a ghost?
Want to hear a ghost?
Check it out.
True, it does. Okay.
Do people really come here trying to meet Charlotte's ghost?
Around the time Charlotte's ghost was driving the family away, the stories started to spread. Little kids around here started playing this game to scare themselves silly. They'd turn off the lights and say, "Fire so red, night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back," over and over again until they'd just about scare themselves to death. It was just a game, but that's when people started jumping the fence at night hoping to meet her, saying that same silly rhyme. Most would just come and go in peace, but the ones who found her, it messed them up real good. A couple even went into shock.
So more stuff to say.
I saw something I can't explain in the house.
That's why you couldn't get me in there for nothing.
I don't believe in ghosts, but
That don't stop you from feeling them. Would you believe my happiest memories live in that house? Christmases and long summer nights stargazing on the
So
roof.
before the house fell into ruin?
I found a set of graves
Yeah.
without names on the markers.
That is where our troubles began.
What happened?
Most of the family'd rather it never come up. Our first factory was right here on the island. At the time, it made us a lot of money. But along the way, we got greedy. Never built a place for the workers to stay. They'd bed down right on the processing floor. Nothing for heat in the winter, so the workers built fires inside. One winter, there was a wicked cold snap. They built a couple of extra big fires, and in the night the fumes built up. None of them ever woke up again. That's when we split in two. Half saying
Please.
this'll never happen again, and half saying accidents happen. Grieve and move on.
I don't want to ask him about his questionable past.
Can I listen to more recordings?
Sure.
So we get nothing good from that. Okay.
Do you have a key to the crypts?
Sorry.
Was that a no or?
When did the factory accident happen?
That was more than 100 years ago, and we still can't move on. That's why this house still stands, I think. Until we Thorntons decide who we're gonna be, we're stuck on this island.
Are you all
You
ghosts?
should see it on a summer day when the ocean and the sky are sharing the same blue, and the grass is bright. But here it is, gray and dark, under all the misery we've heaped upon it.
Is it true that you have a questionable past?
You asking if I really went to jail? Yes. I advise against it.
Why?
It's not a fun place, and they don't let you leave.
No, I
They
mean,
won't
why
let
did
you
you go to
leave.
jail?
I know what you meant. I took a tour of the seasons. My debt is paid, that's all.
Was it anything, something that would make you a danger to someone like Jesselyn?
Get this straight, girl. I never hurt no one in my life. Now go. Go on, get.
Get. All right.
Goodbye.
Later.
Because I don't care why he was a ghost hunting enthusiast. There was something. It was over here. I want to like fuck with one of these stones. Nothing. Wait. No. Where's Beauregard? No, that's Sarah. See, he's got these little squares. Are there any like patches I could shovel? Okay. I mean, I guess
Hi there.
ask you.
Have you always been a ghost hunting enthusiast?
I'm not exactly enthusiastic about the dead, no offense meant. But yes, I do find it interesting.
Why?
Life is a quest for truth, is it not? And death has a way of stripping away all pretensions.
That's pretty philosophical for a guy wearing boots.
Nancy, what the
You
fuck
Northerners
does that
don't
even
have a
mean?
lock on big thinkers. We got plenty. Like Roscoe J. Redbrook and the Gimbletucky boys, and I dare you to say their lyrics don't equal those of the Greek poets. And we got that old guy with the white suit and the chickens. Point is, I like ghosts
Not the
because they
KFC
show
guy.
me what is, not what I want to see. And wearing boots don't make you stupid. Makes you smart, if it's muddy.
Like, what a random thing. Like, boots? As if Northerners don't wear boots? Nancy!
You don't seem like a bad guy. Can you tell me why you ended up in jail?
You really want to know?
I do.
Then listen. I don't care if you believe me, but keep this to yourself.
Okay.
I wasn't close to the company then. Still ain't, but I heard through a friend of the guy down the way. You know how it goes. I heard that our processing plant in town was up to its old tricks, hiring people who couldn't afford to quit and treating them beyond bad, locking them in to meet quotas and such. I asked Clara. She denied, naturally, but it made her so mad I asked. I had to go check it out myself. I went in the middle of the night, and right away I saw it was true. The exit was padlocked,
What?
right in plain view of the world, and no one cared. I broke in, that's true. I was furious. I broke one of the big machines, that's true too. So there it is. I stood up, and boy, did I get knocked down.
Damn.
You must be pretty mad at Clara.
You don't even know the half of it.
See you later.
Okay.
Get on out of here now.
All right. Relax. So Claire is a bitch. Oh. Scavenger list. Out of that, find Mom's portrait, tracked on Charlotte's statue. Find a not broken full window. Take a picture of the what? Entrance to the ruins. What's the entrance to the ruins? Find a bag of cotton. Yeah. Great. Mm-hmm. See the ghost. Find a creepy spider. Survive until morning. Okay. Hi, Tim. What is this gravestone epitaph hunt? Mm-hmm. Maybe. What is the W and L mean? I sure did. Wow. Nice hour and 15 minutes. Just been talking to myself. What's really funny is that Rebecca has read a lot of stuff.
What? I'm so mad. No wonder the person who came in earlier and said hi, I said hi to them. I asked them a question. They were a new viewer and they just left because they couldn't hear me talking to them. I'm so mad. Oh my god, Tim, thank you for showing up. I can't believe I didn't notice that. I had no mic. This is the worst. I had such a good accent going, too. I made a few good jokes. I gave a whole spiel about a dream that I had. You know?
Oh my god.
That's like...
He should talk for a good solid 5 minutes straight.
Yes, that did happen. This is the worst. We lost a viewer today because of me. I mean, we gained them and then immediately lost them, but still. The strug.
Oh, please. I feel like we have to do this epitaph hunt. What does the W and the L mean?
West and left.
Oh, it's just telling you how to get to them all.
8 west, 1 left.
So I mean, we're taking this, so I guess we don't need to know right this second. It'd be funny if she was just ignoring you.
Yeah.
Eerie singing!
Singing? I think it's coming from upstairs.
Okay.
Great. I'm just gonna add subtitles to the version that I put on YouTube. I'm just gonna subtitle myself.
Where is the singing coming from?
I'll have to remember everything I said, but you know, I can lip read. Not actually.
Tim, I'm scared. It's in Charlotte's room. She's singing in her room.
Oh, good.
Oh, can you hear Dexter?
Yes. At least you're not muted.
Dexter, don't come in here. I don't. Oh. I'm gonna kill this dog. Who is here? Who is downstairs? Oh, did someone just leave? I don't know. He keeps howling because Sarah's not here.
I see. Sarah's not allowed to
Make
leave.
yourself
Oh!
blind. Call Charlotte home. I need to figure out what this means.
Even ghosts have their favorite haunts. Charlotte requests a meeting with you. Recite a rhyme with dreadful meter. Her dreadful meter is at its peak. Make yourself blind. Don't dare peek. Call Charlotte home and hear her speak. She may just let you live.
What the fuck
That
does
was
that mean?
dreadful meter. I'll agree to that.
Make yourself blind. What's in our tasks? Have we done any of these things? Certainly haven't found Jesselman. Find a way to enter the room, find out if there are any important clues. Alright, let's look at her. Can I, like, set it down? No, I can't.
You know where that goes. You just need to find the vinegar.
I'm gonna look in that little vent. Now the cat is rubbing herself all over Dexter.
So I'm gonna tell a story of my terrible dream again because.
Can you tell Tim while I go to the bathroom? Because I
Sure.
really have to pee.
Okay, well, can you leave us on a better screen than this? Something nicer, something with ambiance. Maybe the creepy, creaking. This is fine. So I had this dream earlier. It's very smoggy out, so this is important. This is important knowledge for future reference. And yes, I did already tell this to Kate, but there is no record of that. So, hi, Sienna. You just missed an hour of me being in silence. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so this dream. So I have a proclivity for having dreams where I realize, yes, Mike was off until Tim showed up like 5 minutes ago. I had this dream where, I have this, this common thing that happens in my dreams where I, figure out that I'm dreaming, and then instead of waking up completely, I wake up into another dream, and then often in that other dream, I recall the previous dream as if I was dreaming, and will, tell people about that dream, and sometimes this repeats, where I'll wake up again, recalling the dream, and then tell someone, it's a process. Anyway, so dream I had, I took a nap this afternoon, right? And, yeah, multi-level dreaming, exactly, MLD. But, so this afternoon I took a nap, and in my dream, it starts off, I'm, at a grocery store, some stuff's happening, some weird stuff, I'm with family, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter, not really important what's going on until the end. So, I at a certain point, I realize this can't be real, and this is about the time where I'm being crushed by a shopping cart, and, I could feel this pressure of being crushed by a shopping cart, and I'm like, this isn't real, so this pressure isn't real, I'm not gonna die from this, it's fine. And so then I wake up, okay, I'm gonna put it in quotes, then I wake up, whenever I say it in quotes, I mean, I'm not actually waking up, but I'm in the dark, in my bedroom, right? I wake up, I get up, and all of my limbs and stuff just don't move quite right. I'm really stiff. And, I walked, down the hallway, and, I just can't move quite right. And I get to, for some reason I want to, look outside, so I go to flip the switch on my, porch light, and it won't work. No lights will come on, and my eyes are, and I try other lights, and my eyes are really blurry, and so I can barely see, and it's really dark out and stuff, and I'm like, well, this is freaking me out. Why don't my lights work? And then I kind of get the realization once again that I'm dreaming, and so I wake up again, once again in the dark, and in my bedroom. And, like, again, I can barely move. Like, I can just but, like, I'm starting to feel like I can't breathe quite right either. And, like, there's, like, weird pain and stuff. It's very eerie. Like, this, like, and I can, like, my hands are, like, really, like, stiff and stuff. And I'm like, and so this process happens multiple times in a row where I just keep trying to get up and I don't get very far. And then I wake up again in the dark in my room, and I'm like, oh my god, what if I feel like this because of the smog? Like, what if this is a CO2, like, inhalation, yes, I'm actually still asleep. This is not my sleep paralysis, but it feels like my sleep paralysis. So it's like at one point in the dream, I think it's my sleep paralysis, but it's not my sleep paralysis because I'm fully asleep, which we'll get to in a moment. But, so like I start thinking about the smog, and I'm like, oh my god, what if, like, that's causing me not to be able to move right, and it's, like, at one point, like, I couldn't even open my eyes. I thought I was blind. Like, I was going blind. I was like, oh my god, what if the smog has caused me to go blind because I've inhaled so much and, like, it's shutting down my brain, like, and so, I'm freaking out, and so, like, a next round of waking up, I'm like, oh my god, what if this is me dying? Like, what if this is literally me dying from the smog? Like, it got into my apartment, and I've been breathing it, and I'm just gonna die in my sleep, and this is my thoughts. And then I think to myself, I'm like, wait a second, I have to stream tonight. I can't die right now. Also, it's daytime because I have to stream tonight. And then I wake up. Like, actually wake up. So basically, the stream saved my life. And I was on the couch. Like, I recalled falling asleep on the couch during the day before the stream. And that's what got me out of it. So, it was not a fun time. Apparently the smog has gotten to my brain, I think. Sienna. Anyway, we got... Hi, Andrew. Welcome. I'm trying to think. There was... Well, I'll wait for Kate to talk about that. But, Yeah. So, Kate could hear me because I wasn't mute. So basically the way the stream works is Kate and I were on a Skype call. And on the stream doesn't take the sound from Skype. The stream takes the sound from two places. It takes the sound from my desktop, which is where Kate's voice or anybody else through Skype's voice is coming, and then it takes sound from my mic. So it's independently taking my mic sound, but for some reason, I don't know why, it just reset the mic to... I don't know what. I was having some audio issues earlier, so, like, that may have caused it, but, like, it just turned... It, like... I don't know. There was some error with the mic, and I had to change, like, the input to be the correct microphone, even though there is only one microphone, but whatever. So the mic was just muted on OBS, but not Skype, which is why Kate wouldn't know. And we had a person show up and do a first-time chat, and I was talking to them and asking them questions, and they weren't responding, and then they left, and would have been nice if they had just noticed that my mouth was moving and been like, I can't hear you, and then maybe we would have had a conversation, because I'm pretty sure their name was a One Piece reference, and I needed to know, and I never got an answer on that, and now I will always wonder. Anyway, yes, Sienna is currently
Imagine, Tim, if I was just made an hour and a half or hour and 15 in, ignoring Rebecca. Just letting her think that her mic was on and I just wasn't talking to her.
Yeah, that would be awkward. Just a smidge.
Okay.
So, okay, I'm reading a new book that is like a... So I've been on a mystery kick lately, right? And, I'm currently reading a book called The Cloisters. Have you heard of it?
I have.
Do you know anything about it?
It's good. Not too much.
I am not going to judge whether it's good yet. I don't dislike it, but there is a very weird quality to it. Which is that, I swear, the main character, this girl who, she's just out of college, which is nice to have, you know, characters like in their 20s for once. So she's, I guess, 22 or something like that. And basically the premise is that she comes from like eastern Washington state, and ooh, you finished it? Wow, Sienna, that was fast. Now you're stuck not reading the third one with me, Kate.
Well, you can have it next time I see you.
Will I see you on Sunday?
Probably.
I was non-committal. Leave the book for Sarah to give me if you're not coming to dinner with us. But
I'm gonna listen to it on audiobook, Santa, so you guys can read the physical copy that I have.
I will read it and then I will give it to you, Santa. Anywho, what was I saying? Alright, so, girl from Western Washington.
Hello.
Oh, do we have to talk?
Wade
You can
said
talk
you're the
before.
reason he went to
I know
jail.
that you're gonna say anything
Is that true?
super important.
No. Wade is the reason Wade went to jail.
He said you were the one who pressed charges.
Well, isn't he the chatterbox when it suits him?
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. What he doesn't get, what no one gets, is that I meant well.
I was just like, yeah.
No matter how he explained it to you, he broke the law. He broke into the factory, he damaged thousands of dollars of equipment, and scared the workers half to death.
Well, you locked them
I
in.
didn't think he'd go to jail, though. And he knows
You
that.
press charges.
What did you think would happen?
I thought community service. An officer to keep him away from his crooked friends
Maybe
so he
you
would
don't
finally
choose.
straighten up.
I don't know.
I planned on dropping the charges, but once the ball got rolling, I lost control of it. Wade
really
ended up
think that's
sitting
how that
across from a
works.
judge who wanted to make an example. And that was that. Wade has wanted his revenge ever since. It's stupid. I even suspected him of taking Jesselyn to get back at me. But he'd never do something like that. I mean, I don't think.
I've heard about the ghost, but can you tell me anything about the real Charlotte?
My cousin. But everyone thought we were sisters. She died here.
Because you just
Join the
so
old
young.
family, as
died
they used to
here.
say. When I was a little girl, my mama used to say, after we Thorntons passed, we'd keep on living right here.
Yep.
Every night would be a beautiful ball with songs and cute boys to dance with. She wasn't trying to scare me to death, but nonetheless, I did not sleep well on story nights.
It does sound a little eerie.
That was back when Thornton Hall was pretty.
True.
Now,
I was gonna ask.
I don't even want to entertain the thought.
Where would one even hold a ball?
Did your mother say much else about the ghosts here?
Too much. If she thought there was a ghost about, she'd fall to pieces being so sad.
Sad? Most people are afraid of ghosts.
She had this weird belief that Thornton ghosts aren't around forever. They got a short time to make their peace. If they don't, they get bitter.
Interesting.
Real mean and nasty. Until they forget everything that made them human.
Okay.
And then they slip into the cracks of the world to live with the others.
The who?
Others.
The others?
The lost souls. From an accident that happened here years back. Mama called them hungry shadows.
This reminds me of a
I
book I
don't
just read.
want to know. She said they were all tangled together, lost and scared and mean. My mama was a good woman, but dang, if she didn't scare me half to death with a regularity.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you later, hon.
To answer your question, Sienna, basically, this woman's daughter, Jesselyn, has disappeared, and so we're trying to find her. That's our goal, but we're in this old, like, manor house, Thornton Hall, that's supposed to be haunted by Charlotte, and other ghosts, I guess, but Charlotte's the main one. Who we have definitely seen a couple times. So, like, who may or may not have been murdered, question mark. Basically, the entire Thornton family feels a little cursed, but it's very creepy. That's mainly the premise is that we're looking for Jesselyn, though. We've got her mother, her fiance, and her uncle, question mark? No. Is Wade her first cousin once removed? Not a clue who that is.
Also, does it matter if I call them if they don't give me hints?
Well, sometimes you have to talk to people.
Did you get the package I left
This
for you?
is the ghost hunter
Yes.
who asked us to do this case. She wrote a book about this family.
On the property.
And sent us an EMF reader.
Do you know anything about the factory accident?
Nothing I can verify.
Oh, good.
Yes, that I knew. I was avoiding telling Kate.
When I was there, I
Cool.
feel something when I stood near the old factory.
And nothing?
As many spirits as I expected. I only met one.
Charlotte?
That'd be
Been
the
set
one.
up.
Dear sweet Charlotte, the terror of Black Rock Island.
Tell me what happened when you met Charlotte.
I'll tell you, hon, but you got to remember that you are not like me.
What do you mean?
I have opened the door to the spirit world. And
She's
you have
breathier.
not.
Ew, I don't
And
think that.
don't
It's
you
definitely
dare
still
do
the
it
same
ever.
actress,
You
but she does sound a
Yeah.
little different.
I can agree to that.
I mean it. The dead
I think
are
they
just like
changed the
lost
actress in the
children. If you're
newest
out there
one,
leaving a
though.
trail of breadcrumbs, they will
Or
find
I'm less interested in playing
Enough of
it.
the PSA. I snuck
Not
out there
my
to the
Nancy.
ruins on the anniversary of her death. I waited in silence for a long time.
Not my
No.
Nancy, please.
You didn't say the rhyme?
Oh, that. Oh, it's cute, but I wasn't looking for my daddy's brain-dead bloodhound. They come when they come, and in the dead of night, she came. Stood right beside me. Just me and her, eye to eye, for a hot minute. Finally, she reached for my wrist. She pulled me through a fog that became smoke and then fire. She pulled me back to the night she died.
Could you see what happened that night?
I couldn't see a thing. I could only feel the heat. I could feel how sad she was and how angry. I'm sorry, hon. Talking about it don't come easy.
It's a good point, Sienna. It's a conspiracy.
You said
Not
you
going to
opened
play.
the door to the spirit world.
You know what?
What did you
What's
mean?
You really sure you
good
wanna know?
is that when I make a decent joke, you do tend to repeat what I said, and so
I'm
maybe the stream
curious,
got the
and
majority of what
no
was
disrespect, but-
what people should
Last
hear
time,
from what I
told you how my
said.
daddy got interested in ghosts, but that's only part of the story.
That's so
When I was
funny.
young,
When I do repeat a lot, like if I find something funny or entertaining, I do. repeat
I
it.
think I picked that up from you because I do it too. I don't think, but I feel like I got that from you doing it.
Sometimes hours.
Why?
I don't know.
Just like an
I was
emphasis.
a
Yeah.
girl,
It
and
tells them
it was
exactly
the only
what
thing
you
I knew
found
about that
funny.
no one else did.
You know?
I don't know exactly when it started, but I began
don't
to
know why I
trace
do
the
that.
beautiful old willow into the wall, over and over again. Strong limbs running up to the sky, and the tangled roots grabbing tight at the dirt. I was obsessed. I traced the tree until I knew every detail. I even started to see it after a time. Little indentations in the wood. But one day, the lines felt strange, cold. And I realized it wasn't the wall
Oh, wait.
I was feeling.
Posture.
There was a
I have
girl
good
on the other
posture.
side of the wood.
Sometimes.
She was showing me what to draw. She was trying to tell me something. I should have shut my
I never
eyes
had good
tight and glued
posture.
the paper back.
I'm usually, like, leaned over to the side, but, like, straight upward. Like, not
I
slant.
said like shrimp.
I don't know.
What happened?
Not a thing until a strong
The
storm
shrimp.
hit a few months later. I don't have to
Yeah, I was
say
slouching, like,
what they
here.
found when they
I think.
pulled what was
I
left
think I
of
was
the willow
slouching
tree
this
from the
way.
ground, now do I?
Well,
That's
no,
when I
sometimes I
decided I
do
would
slouch
love
like that,
this.
but that's...
I
I don't
guess
know.
then it'd come
Okay.
at cost. I just had
I'm
no
back.
idea how high.
I'm just trying to fit the pieces together. What does Charlotte have to do with Jesslyn?
All families got one thing in common. Every generation, just like the last. There's some rebels and some oddballs that break the mold. But for the most part, one generation gonna follow into the footsteps of the next. From what I gathered, Jesslyn
Man, I did a
seems to cut
good...
from the same
I'm so
cloth as
sad,
yours.
because I did such a good... I pulled a good southern accent out of thin air to
And
read her
Jesslyn's
note,
born behind
too.
enemy
Ugh.
lines.
Stretch. Okay, Sienna. Sienna's controlling our lives now.
Oh. Jesselyn's been born behind enemy lines.
Excuse me. What? Oh.
I
I'm
Someone
drinking.
wants me
We
to
both
call
got
a
tea.
ghost. I don't know.
finished
if
my
I
tea and
should.
I've got
In my experience,
water the
when you
size of my
try
head.
to call ghosts, it goes straight to voicemail.
How sure are you?
95%.
Less reassuring
very
than I was
good.
hoping for.
Think of it this way. In 100 parallel universes, only
Rebecca
one
would have
man
went to
can
post this on
keep
YouTube and
track
been
Correct.
Metaphorically, for the most part.
Savannah, you are not helping.
Oh, I'm just trying to loosen you up. You'll be fine, honey. Smart money says this is just someone toying with you. But if you feel anything out of the ordinary, run and don't look back.
I would have appreciated if you told me what I could say to her.
I spoke to Wade.
I figured that might happen eventually. Can I explain, or are we beyond that?
Alright, because they dated.
I'm sure you have your reasons.
I do.
Wade said he was expecting you. Why didn't you tell me that?
I was going to come. I meant it when I told him I was coming.
But then,
But then I got scared.
Of Wade, your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
what scared you
Ghost.
away from taking the case?
To be blunt, the living Thorntons are just as scary as the dead ones.
Why?
They've dug so many graves on that rock that death himself is on the Christmas card list.
That's a
I can't
phrase.
help but wonder if they're misfortunate fools or just addicted to Sunday clothes and the sound of a spade taking a bite out of cold clay.
She has quite a way with words.
What have you been up to since we spoke last?
I've been teaching the road to know my will.
Are you
fuck does
working
that
on the next
mean?
book?
I've been running away from the next book. And an
Okay.
empty house that was filling up with chatty
I don't
ghosts.
care what you're
But who
doing.
knows? When I'm out of gas, maybe I'll have no choice but to listen to what they have to say. If they're interested, I'll send you a galley to proof. If they're not, guess I'll go teach.
See
Goodbye.
you later.
Those who can
Later.
do, and yada yada yada. Okay, so this book that I was trying to describe. So basically, main character graduates from college with an art history degree, and she doesn't get into any post-grad programs, right? So she gets an internship at the Met, which is then kind of canceled on her last minute as soon after she arrives in New York City. So that's awkward. But then she's picked up by the Cloisters, which is another museum that's affiliated with the Met somehow. I don't know. It's like a very. It's different, but anyway, Cloisters are like somehow. Okay, well, Sienna, you can tell us what the Cloisters are. I know what the Cloisters are from this book, but I don't know how to describe them, having never seen them. Or it, I don't know. It's like a convent for now gardens. Now gardens? Yeah, it's like built like different parts of like an old church or a convent or whatever, because that's what a cloister is, basically. Yeah. But anyway, and so it has art and architecture and blah, 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 old stuff, yada, yada. Anyway, so she works there, and they're trying to do a, like, the curator is trying to do an exhibition on old, like early Renaissance divination, like tarot readings and stuff like that, and and basically, like, I don't know how much of this is true or just made up in the book. I assume most of it is true. But basically, tarot had been around since, I don't know, like the 1800s or something, but the cards themselves have been used as, like, a card game before that. It didn't become like divination until some scam artist in like the 1800s or something like that is what I'm getting from it. But the goal of this curator is to prove that it was actually used for divination well before that. Like, that was its whole thing. And so that, I assume, is part of the, like, what is being made up for the book is them trying to prove that. But, so basically that's the basis of the book, but then there's, like, I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a murder at some point.
Ooh.
So but everything has this air of kind of mystery, creepiness to it because of just the nature of the cloisters is kind of creepy, honestly, the way it's described. And also, like, she works with this girl who, this other girl who is, like, also just out of college, and she's kind of sketchy about her history, and stuff, and, like, the curator is, like, also being kind of sketchy because he totally believes in the divination. So, like, that he's trying to convince her that it's real, like, that tarot is real, and stuff like that really works, and she comes in as a skeptic, but she's starting to, like, feel like maybe it really is real, and so then I don't know whether the book is going to take a turn and try to, like, within the world, like, claim that it is real or not. Like, I don't know whether there's going to be definitive, like, magic is real or something. I don't know how far into the book I am. I know I'm on, like, chapter 15 or something, but they're not that long chapters, so I don't know how far percentage-wise of the book I am. But, so, like, generally the premise is interesting and stuff like that, and I'm definitely curious about what's going on. But the one thing that I find very weird about this book is there something going on in the game? Are you just...
I think I have to call somebody.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm almost done. Well, no, I will pause, and then I will tell you the weird one downside.
And can you send Sienna the Twitch code?
The what? The which code?
Twitch.
Twitch code. I don't have the Twitch code.
Hello?
What?
Addison?
Oh,
My
yes, I
name is
can.
Nancy Drew. I'm calling to see if you can help me with something.
I forgot we picked up this girl's phone number on a piece of paper.
Yes?
I can't. I'm sorry.
The sooner we can find out what happened to her, the better her chances of survival.
Okay. I'll help with what I can.
How's Jesselyn's relationship with Clara?
Where did we
Okay.
find this girl's
It
name?
may be a little strange.
Or
On a piece
How
of paper
so?
somewhere.
On a
Jess used
piece
to
of
call her
paper.
Chairman Mom.
But I
Behind
only
her
just
back,
realized
of course.
after. I was like, who the fuck is that?
right, you did ask
Just
that.
call her Chairman Mom.
Mm.
Do you think Clara could have anything to do with Jesselyn going missing?
I don't think Jess was afraid of Clara. But still, I can't say for sure.
What do you think of Colton?
What's to think?
She's
She's always
talking
been
much
decent to me,
slower.
Jess.
It's weird.
Sounds like Nancy has a cold.
The bedroom key is crossed out in the scavenger hunt. Do you know where it is?
No. Jesselyn must have found it. But I couldn't tell you where it is.
Can you walk me through what happened the night Jesselyn
How long
went
ago did she
missing?
go missing? I'm confused.
She was about to get married, and I think the pressure of it was getting to her. It was supposed to be a night of blowing off some steam. Jess always loved a good scare. She used to make me sneak into scary movies with her when we were kids. So, in a weird way, spending the night searching for a ghost sort of made sense for a bachelorette party. At first, it was really fun. We were running around trying to scare ourselves silly. We were making these recordings like we were on a ghost hunter show. Then, things got strange.
Did you notice any secret passages or tunnels while you were at the house?
No, but it was so drafty in there. It would surprise me if there weren't.
Is there anything you remember that might help me
Please,
find
Addison.
Jesselyn?
Something. Give me something.
Actually, wait. Hang on. Upstairs, there was this door.
Bitch.
Jess was desperate to get it open.
It's Charlotte's
Between
room.
you and me, I was relieved that she couldn't figure it out.
Really? Why?
I could feel eyes on me all night long.
How was Jesselyn acting that night?
She was classic Jess for most of the night.
Then something happened?
Yeah, we were in the house and suddenly she just screams. And then she's nowhere to be found.
What happened?
I was alone in the house, jumping at every noise, too afraid to move. It felt like hours. Then she came back. She wouldn't say what had happened. She wouldn't even talk to me. She wanted to be left alone. She went downstairs and that was that.
You said things got strange. What did you mean?
It was her and me up in that freezing house, and I remember thinking, I'll never get to sleep. But then I started to feel fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy?
Like I was underwater or something. And I noticed Jess was gone again. I wanted to get up and find her, but I couldn't move.
Okay.
It was like this invisible hand was pinning me down. I heard a strange voice. It wasn't Jess. Then it was the morning. I was alone. Jess was gone.
I love that I called her and she's like, I have nothing to say.
Mm-hmm.
And we pressed her once and now she has all this information.
Yeah, right.
You know what, Tim? We haven't. Thanks.
You said you heard a voice.
Charlotte. I'm sure of it.
Did she say anything?
She sang. I only heard a little bit.
Would you consider yourself a believer in the paranormal?
If you'd asked that last week, I would have made some crack about Bigfoot.
And now?
And now I'm going to say that I don't believe. Because I'm afraid if I let myself believe,
That's fair.
I'll be opening a door that no one can close.
What were you doing at Thornton Hall that night?
A scavenger hunt, but I don't know. There was something strange about it.
In what way?
Jess was looking for something toward the end of the night. Kind of desperately.
Well, survival was the last
Stop being
thing, so
fun.
she didn't find it.
That's all I know.
Goodbye.
What a
Fine
nice
cat.
end.
Like, just to
Goodbye.
be like, she was looking for something. In a scavenger hunt. That was so weird.
Take a photo of a skeleton? Read a book about the family. I found one of those. How'd you not find one of those?
They just didn't read it, I
Find
guess.
something with the number
They
13
don't
on
seem
it.
like readers. They probably wore boots.
Leave a flower for the ghost. Okay.
So, anyway. The weird thing about the book, like, otherwise, it's interesting, right? But there's... The main character, I swear, is, like, the most just thirstiest person ever. And I say this because, in a very repressed way, she is. Because every character she describes in the most sensual manner that it's borderline creepy. Possibly over the borderline. Because it's just like anytime someone, like, brushes up against her or something, she talks about the heat of their body and stuff like that. And it's very
Don't think I need
weird.
more of that.
Ew.
What?
I'm saying ew to
is it
you.
me? Yeah, it's very strange. Like, there's one character that she, like, ends up hooking up with, right? And so she describes him in this way. But she also describes everyone else. Her boss, the girl who is her co-worker. Like, she just constantly talking about all of them in this way. How they move in this languid way that she can't take her eyes off of them and blah blah. It's so weird. I'm just like, girl, what? Are you
Yeah,
okay? Like,
Interesting.
Also, like, yeah. So the guy she hooks up with, she has multiple times said, like, that's not even a big spoiler because it happens fairly early in the book. Like multiple times he'll just like be in her space before they even know each other. He's just like right up in her space, you know. And she's describing his body heat and breath and, you know, all that. And like she's like, I should have been scared by him being in my, or turned off or something like that by him being so close, but I liked it. I'm like, no, you just met him. He should not be right here. That's not okay. There is no consent. But
there's no consent.
It's like, this girl needs, like, her whole thing is that her father died and now her mom is, like, issue-y, died a year ago, right? And her mom is, like, won't move on or something. It's been a year, you know, I think that's okay. But it's like, she needs to get away, so that's why she moves to New York City. Again, not a big spoiler, this is, like, big first chapter stuff, right? And, so, like, she's running away from her mom, doesn't want to talk to her mom, doesn't want to deal with her mom. And I'm just like, girl, you need therapy.
I'd better get going.
So much is, like, she references having gone to a therapist one time, like, right after her father's death, learning about the breathing technique when you're having a panic attack, because she has those, and then never going again. I'm like, I hope the moral of this book is she goes to therapy and things are less dramatic afterwards, because that would be A+. So I can't tell you whether I think it's a good book until I figure out what I'm supposed to get out of it at the end, like whether or not, like, I'm supposed to be creeped out by all of these kind of weird characters that, like, her new friend who's kind of weirdly possessive, and her boss who's kind of also weirdly possessive, and the guy she's going out with, who is also weird, well, I wouldn't say possessive, but is always in her space when he doesn't need to be. Like, I want to not like these people, and I don't know whether the book wants me to not like them, you know? So, I will get back to you. Also, I want to know, I'm chill with any of them being murdered, so I'm waiting for it. But I think it's well written, aside from the weirdness of how she describes people. Like, it's very, like, the words are very good. It's just a little too much. It's like romance novel-esque, but for every character is weird. Yeah, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I mean, it's very popular, so I have seen a lot about it.
Do you know where the spookiest place in the house is?
No.
Wait,
I'm still
Sienna,
trying
did
to
you
find
take
least
over
spooky place on the property.
the role for Nassau?
She must have.
I thought, I was looking at this, I'm like, that's me. I don't remember typing that.
How did you and Jessalyn meet?
I saw her one day and thought, this is the girl I'm gonna marry. And then I threw a rock at her face.
Like, metaphorically?
No, I was just a kid. I had a very limited game book. She still has a little
I don't trust
star.
your weird face.
You can see it when she smiles. I'll never let
I
that
did.
happen.
I didn't
I imagine things
realize why I
improved
was
from
giving
there.
her the code.
We became
I
best
understand
friends.
now.
Then we grew up.
Though that is
Became what we
confusing.
are. Or were.
Could you put like a dash Sienna?
Well, what do you think happened to Jessalyn?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Ah.
avoid thinking about it. I have a... My mind can get caught up in a real dark place. You know, when things around me get bad.
What do you mean?
Ignore me. I've been up way too long.
When do I get to go to sleep? Riddle me that.
Do you know anything about Clara's past?
No. It's funny you ask.
Why is that?
I could tell Jess had something to tell me about Clara. She'd get so close and just stop dead.
She never told you anything?
I know Clara's mom died when she was young. And she ended up living with her cousin's family. But that's it.
So you and Jessalyn must have dated for quite some time.
Actually didn't start dating until a year ago.
Really?
We both dated other people, but
A year
nothing
ago
worked
and you're
out.
already getting
One day
married?
Clara had
He
enough
I guess.
and sat us down and said, Everyone knows you're gonna get married. Go to it already.
I guess he
Jess
said they
is
knew
more
each
fun.
other for a long time,
I took her out to
so
the coast.
I guess
that always
it's
cheered
not
her up.
as crazy.
We talked through the night, and by the time the sun came up, it just stopped sounding so silly.
Interesting.
I don't like you. I don't like your face. I don't like your mannerisms.
See you later.
And I don't
Later.
trust you. That's how I feel about that.
But it's a childhood romance. Maybe not I wasn't actually paying attention to what he said.
Yeah, they were childhood friends. I don't know what I'm doing, people.
Neither do I. That's the Nancy Drew way.
Where is this just the buried, not the buried, the hidden, we don't have a key. Like any... Bruh. No. Why is it so hard to get around this goddamn curve? I want, like, what? Eh?
It's fine, it's not
I want to
haunted.
just, like, attack it. Why can't I just look at it? Are you haunted?
By 54 souls. Guess the souls have escaped.
No. Stop it.
So I went...
A big black of ghosts in the graveyard.
Yes. Interesting.
Oh.
Hi there.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What can you tell me about Charlotte?
Charlotte was something special. Just like our Jessamine. She had the most...
Do you know her
beautiful
favorite
voice.
song?
When she sang, it was like sunlight busting through fog.
Sounds like you were close.
She was the talented one of the bunch. You can still hear her sing if you stop to listen in the quiet, dark places.
We did.
Clara told me that she never intended for you to go to jail.
Don't believe that.
Why not?
So that's not how
Because
the
it
justice
ain't
system
true.
works.
She used to come visit just to laugh at me through the glass. That was the
I
price
think.
of hearing about home.
I don't know how that works.
What happened to Charlotte and Harper's parents?
Plane crash.
Seems like there's a lot of misfortune in the family.
Bad blood brings bad luck.
Savannah said Charlotte was supposedly
What
a
does that mean?
ghost.
What
Not
do you mean?
supposedly.
In my experience,
That Charlotte was
ghosts tend to
supposedly
be
a ghost.
Not real.
Like,
Then
supposedly
consider
she saw
yourself
the
lucky.
ghost.
In my experience, of which I have significantly more, reality isn't that simple.
Have you ever actually seen this ghost?
This ghost was my cousin Charlotte, and yes, I saw her. I saw her grow up. I was here the night she died, and I've seen her since, much as I wish that wasn't true.
Can I listen to more recordings?
Sure.
Soothed by the
Like, these
sounds of
never
the
get
dinosaur.
See you later.
Later.
Why can't I just keep listening to recordings? Why did I think I was about to see something spooky?
Can you go out the front gate?
No. I tried.
I can't leave until the boat returns.
When is that, Nancy?
After we find Jessalyn, probably.
I wanted to see if I like could see anybody up in like a window or something. Okay. Alright. Clara, can you move?
I think.
Like,
go,
bitch, I want to look in your
go
purse.
to bed.
I can't.
Click on your.
Is this my bed?
Probably.
For one. And it won't let me click on it.
Click on your phone. Sometimes the phone has the bed option. Has time like.
If it has like an alarm.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
It doesn't. Herm. Okay.
Can't look in this bag. can't click on the bed. Also, why is this what they gave me to sleep on? Like, be so fucking for real.
Where are they sleeping is a better question.
No.
At least you have a sleeping bag.
Alright. We need to focus up. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Can you just imagine that this implies that you're supposed to go sleep there, but Wade and the guy, whose name I don't remember, refuse to come in the house. So they're just going to stand outside all night while you take a 8-hour long rest,
Take
you know?
an 8-hour. I want to look at the grandfather clock.
Right, Colton, because I remember, yes, Colton is correct because it sounds like cotton.
Yes, it is Colton.
It's one letter off from cotton. How could I forget?
Okay. Is that the front door or the side door?
Side.
Clara, you got
Huh.
any vinegar? Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Take care.
The way she
Alright.
says goodbye is also doesn't quite sound like her. I don't know.
Why can't I
Goodbye.
drink this tea? You think it's just a funny, like, a fun thing to do? Like,
Taking an 8-hour. Yeah. If I managed to get an 8-hour, that would be, you know. So Sienna, how was your reunion? I had my 10-year reunion. Both of us did. But mine was this weekend and yours was last weekend, I think, if I understand time correctly. We haven't talked since. Anything? It was very interesting. Yeah, I concur. It was also interesting. There were, you know, people there. Some people I wanted to see. A lot of the people I wanted to see most, like, weren't there. Yes, so, I figured Andrew would bring this up. This was the most interesting part, was, as Andrew has stated, Jason got hot. I'm not going to say... Anyway, so, there's this guy who we went to high school with, right? And Andrew went, I don't know, middle school, maybe even earlier than that. I don't know how long y'all knew him. But, he was talking to...
This must be the place.
This must be the place.
the place for what?
Yeah, what does that mean? Anyway, so I was talking to, I'm not going to name him. What's going... Oh, are we about to die again because of the...
Yeah,
Yes, you did the thing.
I just wanted to see if something changed.
Gotcha.
It's the
That's
place.
almost off the
What?
charts. This must be the place.
Where the ghost is. Why?
No, I touched it with the oranges. It doesn't count.
The oranges can't save you. Just hold them up. Have it. This is how you slice your oranges in the morning.
Damn it.
Anyway, I don't think that's gonna work. I think
Don't know
we
what to
probably
do.
have to do the scale thing. The scale thing might unlock it for some stupid
I
reason.
haven't. I don't know what to put
Well,
on.
yeah, I don't mean we can do it. I mean we're going to have to do it. Thanks,
I was just
Tim.
about that.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Tim, I don't fucking know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do next, Rebecca.
Call, go, somewhere. Yep. Have we,
Thank you.
go upstairs. Again.
And
I don't know.
I missed something.
I don't know. You musta. We musta. Obviously there's something.
LOL, Sienna, that's awkward.
Interesting. Yeah, we had... I mean, most of the people I kind of knew were married, so... I don't know that we had anyone come in from, like, cross-country. I think it was mostly just people who are still local who came to ours that I'm aware of. At least of the people I talked to. Like, I think Honestly, I might have been the furthest away from,
That's wild.
yeah, right? Oh. Wait, Dana? Who's Dana? Oh,
So one of the people that you asked who they were, and you should have known who they
I
were.
don't remember talking to Dana. Dana. Oh, I didn't even see her. Or I probably did see her and just forgot what she looked like. Okay, well, that's one person who came from, out of state. Or, well, not out of state, there are some people from Philly, but, I see. Yeah, I never spoke to either of them. So, in school or in now. But anyway, the Jason thing. So I'm talking to a friend, this guy. I don't want to, dox people. Andrew's out here giving them first names, but whatever. Yeah, out of tri-state, that's right. But so I was talking to this guy Brett, right, who was a friend of mine from back, anyway, obviously high school. All of this is from high school, and so Jason comes up to both of us and starts talking to us. And I have absolutely no idea who he is. And in my head, I'm like, this just must be somebody's husband, because I do not know this man. Like, he doesn't even look vaguely familiar, and I don't remember him. He just didn't look familiar at all. So I was just like, I don't know who this is. So, but he's talking to us, like, kind of like he knows us. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe this is just someone, like, who... I was valedictorian, so it's, like, feasible that people might know me, like, remember me, whereas I didn't, like, really associate with them. Like, they might have a face to a name, whereas I wouldn't necessarily remember everybody. Also, I'm just really bad at that, as I learned, because I tried studying beforehand. I pulled out my old yearbooks and attempted to study people's faces and names.
Oh my god.
It didn't go great.
I need to find something to remove these
What?
nails.
That's
What?
it. I need to get the nails. That's not how you remove nails. I need a hammer
Or pliers.
or pliers.
Anyway, so anyway, like, Brett and I walk away, and I, like, lean over to him. I'm just like, hey, who was that we were just talking to? Assuming it's someone I don't know. And he says, that's Jason, last name. And I'm like, and I can barely hear. So, to be fair, I didn't really hear the last name, but in my head, I'm like, I don't know any Jasons. I don't remember knowing any Jasons. So I go on to, like, another group of people, and we're talking, and, like, Jason is further away, and, like, we're all talking, and someone's like, who is that over there? And I'm like, hey, Brett, what was his name again? Because I had forgotten, and I didn't really hear the last name, so I'm just like, Brett, you can tell him, because I don't know this guy. And Brett tells them, and they're like, what? That's Jason? That can't be Jason. Wasn't he blonde, And, and so, like, we also had yearbooks there. The class president had brought all of his old yearbooks, and so I pulled out our senior year yearbook and found the guy in the yearbook and showed it to the people I was in this group with. And they're like, no, he was not blonde. But, like, everyone was just... no one recognized him except Brett. And I think Andrew might have recognized him. But there's so many people that I had this conversation with where someone was like, who is that? And anyway, and then I finally realized after looking in the yearbook, yeah, Andrew, to you, apparently, I don't know about y'all. You two are the only people in the entire room who knew who he was. Yeah, he still looks the same, even though you literally just said he got hot. So he can't look the same if he got hot. But okay. Anyway, so...
maybe he's just cute now.
Exactly. But, yeah, well, so I didn't remember him because I'm dumb. But, so when I saw his name in the yearbook, I saw how it was spelled, and that's when it all came back to me, because his name is not spelled like the typical Jason. And I was like, Oh yeah, I knew a Jason that was spelled like this. Oh yeah, I know Jason. And then I was like, oh yeah, I had classes with this guy. I knew him. We weren't like close friends or anything, but like I definitely knew him, you know? He might have even signed my yearbook in I don't think he didn't sign my senior year yearbook, I don't think. But some of my older yearbooks I think he might have signed. So like I knew him, and I just had this moment where I literally went. Everybody else had walked away to go talk to him once they realized who he was, and I'm standing there staring at the yearbook, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I say it out loud, and I walk over, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm sorry. I do know you." Yeah. Anyway, so it's not that no one remembered him; it's that no one recognized him except for Andrew and Brett, because apparently, I don't know, y'all just are good at that.
Like, you were ugly in high school, but you're hot now, so congrats.
Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna say he was ugly. He just, like, I wouldn't say that. It was just he had a glow up, you know? He had a beard, his face had cleared up, you know? He got a lot taller, he wasn't wearing glasses, like, he just looked very different.
See you later.
Get on out of here now.
See, that's not, okay. Well, Andrew said it, not me. I'm not gonna say that.
Can you confirm the thing I need to use to take the nails out of the wall? Do I have access to it at this point? Honestly, if I go to my reunion, which I don't know if I'm in the Facebook page about it, Tim. So I don't even know when it is. If I go, I feel like I'm not going to remember, like, anybody that I wasn't, like, friends.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I ended up with, was again, I studied my yearbook so that I would at least know names, but we didn't have name tags. Would have been nice if we had name tags, because that really just...
that seems, like, necessary. Yeah. I always forget the name of my senior prom date. We're obviously not friends anymore. We were barely friends then.
Well, Andrew, I would have wanted to see, like, Emily and Bailey and Cassie, you know, the people I spent the majority of my time with. Nicole.
I'm gonna pitch a fit.
Hello.
No one has fuck all to say to me.
Bye.
Andrew, I was in
You don't look for your goddamn bag.
Emily, Natalie, and Nicole and I were like the honors kids. Like, we were in every class together. So yes, I definitely spent time with... Yes.
I can get the hammer. Where?
But also you're... Yeah. Anyway. You can get the hammer. Wait.
I'm usually good at remembering names. I really don't feel like with who I went to high school with I would be.
I can, like... So when I went through the yearbook, I recognized the names. But, like, for the majority of them. Except for Jason. I read his name and didn't recognize him when I was studying my yearbook. Earlier, it took me until, like, the third look to figure out that I knew him, which is just bad, even though, once again, I don't know why his name just did not register with me. But,
is it accessible, or do I have to solve a puzzle to get it? Because if there's just something I haven't been clicking on, I'm going to be annoyed.
Yeah, like, maybe just the room it's in would be helpful.
It's accessible. The fuck? Damn it. Where?
class president also informed me that I was the first person to RSVP. And he was like, and he said when he saw that, it made him happy because he was like, she's still the same. So, like, great. I'm still, I don't know what that says about me, but.
Alright, then let's start from here. We walk in.
Just haven't clicked to go to the area it's at. Huh.
I've tried to, like, click down here.
Is it down by the swing? Because we've never found anything over here.
I didn't think
someone was trying to fix the swing.
Anything.
I don't see anything. It's very dark, but yeah.
I feel like I've looked in this room 17,000 times.
Is it in the fireplace? No.
I already got something from in the fireplace, I thought. No.
We passed it.
No.
We somehow passed it already, you said. Your class is not on top of things. But to be fair, I also had a conversation with our class president at the end. He was telling us about how apparently we were the first class year of the last 8 years to have a reunion. Like, just the previous 8 years just didn't have any reunions at our school. Like, people from, like, having their 20th and 30th and stuff, but, like, specifically within our timeline, 8 years, did not. And, like, the last 2 years, you can't blame them because COVID. But everybody else, it's just like they just decided not to. And I was like, that's interesting. I didn't realize our class was so on top of things, but apparently we were, despite it taking until, like, April to set down a date. But I guess,
Hammer!
We've done it.
Our class president, like, got married recently and is, like, on her honeymoon and shit.
That would affect things.
Time to recharge the battery.
Why don't you just get a charger?
Can't do that yet.
Like a portable charger.
Can't do that yet. What do you mean I did it? What? Oh, copper pennies.
Like, why, if they found this, why are we building a battery instead of just...
This is unnecessary.
This is how I'm going to start charging my phone.
It's not charged yet.
Alright, well, how long is it going to take to charge,
Probably have
Nancy?
to go talk to someone and then come back and it'll be charged. Or maybe leave the room and come back and it'll be charged so it can reset. No.
It's not charged yet.
Bitch.
And maybe talk to the... I don't know.
Nancy,
I don't know.
I better get
You
going.
don't want to talk to me?
take care.
Yeah,
Hey,
Sienna, your class is
Better
too
get
on top of
going.
things.
goodbye.
But I do appreciate that, though ours ended up being wildly cheaper, so I will take that. Apparently, our class did some crazy fundraising back in the day, and we had, like, a lot of money left over, which was apparently, like, a big problem trying to get it out, because we hadn't created, like,
Hi
a
there.
I better
like
get
a
going.
charitable account.
Adios.
Adios. Good lord. Anyway, we hadn't created like a what are they called? You know how you can create like a business
Trust?
account for like a charity or
This might
whatever
be
kind of
something.
thing?
Why is that?
What?
Who doesn't want a celebrity in the family? Especially one that rubs all the wrong people the wrong
Wait, what
way.
is this? What is
The
this?
Gray Lady.
What?
In the Civil War, they
I
say
thought
she
I
was
clicked
a
on this
spy,
one already.
passing codes
even
for
see
the
it.
North. If you look, you can find some of her
It's blank.
contraptions here. Her service gave the Thornton family this land.
It's a blank
Oh,
grave.
I see. Why are you saying 501c? Oh, you're talking about the charity account thing. Anyway, yeah, so they didn't like take the money from the school. So the school just had this money, which you're supposed to remove within a year. It was like a whole thing. And anyway, so there was like because of how much it was like a big deal that they didn't. But anyway, they figured this out. They got it. And so we ended up having like a full open bar and all of that for like the whole night basically. And it was very cheap to go because
Crazy that the money was just allowed to sit.
yeah, I don't know how that works. There was like they apparently kept track of it very well. I don't know. But
Seriously?
It's not charged yet.
but like yeah, so I feel like yeah. I mean, I don't drink, so I didn't get to take part in the open bar, really, but yeah, it was nice. And there was food. But what's also interesting is that because of the weird like issues with getting the money, they had to use it all up at once. So like we won't have that for our 20 year, you know.
A medium?
A 420 friendly patio. Interesting.
A medium? What a random choice.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I do next? How do I rest? Where do I sleep? No one wants to talk to me.
I should have just asked for cherries. They didn't. It was a weird bar, though, from what I heard from everybody who was using the bar. Like, this is. The place we were at is a bar, mind you. Like, that's what it is primarily. It is not a restaurant. It is a bar. It is like a bar with. It's like a beachfront bar in my town, which is weird because it's not a beach town, but, like, it's riverfront, I guess, because I'm on the Delaware River. And. So, like, there's, like, beach chairs out to look at the river, and it's cute like that. Though it was cold because of that, but whatever. And it was, like, open front in a shipping container. So they got a big shipping container and cut out the front of it. And so that's... But anyway, it's a bar. But the only alcohol they served was in cans. Like, just fully
Weird.
just give you a can. And that included, like, some of the people there were getting, like, canned margaritas and stuff. Yeah, it was very strange. And they would pour the can into a cup for you if you wanted. I'm like, they have cups. Why are we, like... Why? What kind of bar is all cans? You could just have a vending machine. Why do you need bartenders? Yeah, so... Which is probably why it was able to be, like, we were able to have the open bar for the time, is probably because that also kept it cheaper, but yeah.
Tim, do I have what I need to solve this puzzle? I can't imagine I do, because I can't do anything. When do you charge? I'm gonna lose it.
Nancy.
Nancy.
Ma'am,
That's my name.
Bye.
respectfully, I want to look through your
Do that
bag.
right now.
And if you don't leave and let me do that, I'm gonna be annoyed.
That piano has seen better days.
Like, how do I know what to sing for Charlotte?
How do we sing for Charlotte?
I feel like I could kick down this door.
That's true. It is very
It's fucking
old.
crumbling. We've basically done nothing.
Yeah, we haven't really accomplished anything aside from not fully charging the phone. We've talked to people. We haven't solved any puzzles.
I don't know what to do next until the phone charges. I don't know how to sleep. Can you sleep, Tim?
I can't leave until the boat returns.
What is this? Can I start digging a fucking garden or something? Is there cotton to pick? Irritated.
What does
Like,
WL mean there?
what you said. What did you
I
say?
said west left, which I do not think is correct, because those are the same thing. Sort of. Not really. I guess depending on direction. They're meaningless anyway.
Ghost is 4-2. What does that mean? Yeah, that's actually a good point. What does... Okay, so that's LA. And his was 2-5.
And Charlotte is probably Ghost 4-2.
What does 2-5 mean?
And we know who Nana is because that was Sarah.
Sarah,
right?
yeah. What is 2-5? Like, what does that represent? And then if he's 2-5, why would Charlotte be 4-2?
Yeah, I don't know. 4-2.
Why can't I just, like, start digging?
I'm gonna dig up the body so you can take a picture with a skeleton. How about, Tim, like a direction?
Or like a task, a goal. You're pointing up. It's midnight. Midnight. Spooky.
Jeez, it's already 9 o'clock.
And we've accomplished nothing.
We've started charging a phone. With oranges.
With oranges.
Yes, we did use the turpentine on the portrait.
Find the grave. Someone in a grave.
What?
It reveals someone standing in front of a grave.
Let's go look at it. It's upstairs. That's true, we did get my sound back on. The fact that we can't zoom in on that is...
I know. So it's in the cemetery. This is the main girl, but I can't tell like what direction that's in.
And who that is.
What it means, and she won't tell us.
Welcome back, Andrew. I didn't know you left. You didn't announce you're leaving, but hello.
Ow. Tim.
I mean, to be fair, if you're talking about your friends, you mean me and Josh, the people you see all the time.
Nancy,
Goodbye.
take care.
Midnight. Well, how long does it take to charge? Bitch, I'm gonna fucking
Oh, that's true. Breton. Yes.
throw my phone at a wall.
Well, it's not your phone.
Does something trigger the phone charging, or do I just have to literally wait?
There's no way that it's a time-based thing. Like, we have to wait an 8
It's
hour.
not charged
We have
yet.
to go take an 8 hour and then
Take an 8.
yeah,
What is this?
a scale. Perhaps. That's true. It was nice seeing Brett and Leah.
I thought about dating Brett at one
Andrew,
point.
didn't we just have a discussion where you said you could have dated him, and that's it? Like, is that the same thing as thinking about dating him? Like, in the same way that I could have dated any non-gay guy in the school?
There was the capacity,
Yeah.
the physical
Mhm.
capacity. Okay, but I don't know what. I have nothing else to do, is the issue. Dexter. A little cretin.
That's fair, I suppose.
I need help.
Hey,
No one will talk
Goodbye.
to me.
Later.
Bess, help us.
Bess's phone.
All right. Bonus, Ned. What are you two up to?
George is in New York.
So, she got the internship with that Technology of Tomorrow place?
Yeah, Ned and I were just planning a
I
road
have
trip
started
when you're
rewatching
back.
the Nancy Drew
I
show.
was in the middle of trying to convince Ned to grow a bad mustache so we can hang out in Brooklyn.
Not going to happen.
Someone has to, Ned, and George already said no. It was a really angry no, too. Anyway, did you make it to the island?
I did.
I've been doing a little research, and I can see why Savannah sent you.
Why's that?
If I believed
Because
in
it's
ghosts,
haunted.
I wouldn't come within a few hundred miles of Black Rock Island.
I can definitely see why. Even I have to admit it does have
Is
a
this the
certain
scariest game 'cause it
abyss
takes so
gaze
long
is
to go
also
do anything?
into you vibe to it.
Put that on a billboard.
I've got your back. I've been reading up on missing persons cases and hauntings.
Really? Oh, that's great.
I, on the other hand, have been watching videos of otters. So I've
I don't
been
care.
so bored since George left, and Ned's a very active listener.
Mm-hmm.
See? And he's also very quick to Stockholm.
Nickerson family trait. We like being liked.
I don't want to say.
Oh, thanks, you two. There's something strange.
What's that?
There's no ransom note.
That does complicate things.
You're right. I
guess
guess
that's
the
how
best
you
move is
speed
to
through.
keep the family talking. Maybe they'll let something slip.
I just
How
don't think
so?
she's going to give us any
Remember in
hints.
Kyoto? You
Well,
told me that ghosts
yeah.
are what people invent when an injustice can't be fixed.
Sounds me-ish.
If that's the case here, once you figure out what the deal with the ghost is, I bet it'll point right to
That's a
Jekyll.
hint.
And if the ghost
Just
is
saying, in
real,
the show, Ned doesn't
it's
stay
closed.
Nancy's man
ghost
for that
didn't.
long.
Yeah, I
After
know.
that,
That's
please
weird.
don't tell me. I like living in a world where ghosts are... I already have to fall into bed after every scary movie for fear of ankle grabbers.
I don't think. Yeah, these are just us having a chat. Like,
All right, goodbye.
later.
Talk to you
Like,
later.
usually to just say, I'd like a hint, if she'd like a hint, you know?
Tim, I thought that I visited them all, but maybe let me go through the list and check. All right, let's start with Grandma.
Who's Grandma, though?
No. What do the numbers mean? What is WL? Something comma Lane?
Lane? Why would it be Lane?
Like, how many are over here?
One. Beauregard.
That's
That's
Nana.
Nana, okay.
He said something about. He said stuff
He just
about
says
it.
it as soon as we look at it, right?
Yeah.
That's 7-3. And she is... Wait, hold on. That's 7-3 and she's 4-2? Why? Those are so different. They're next to each other.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Okay, so that's Ghost. We found LA.
And then this guy
Yeah. That's LA.
is 2-5.
It's 2-5. So we've seen the bottom 3 so far.
Oh wait, this is VT, and she is 2-4.
Okay, so they kept... So that make... Well, it's not that I understand it, but at least the numbers are close together.
So they're 2s. But Ghost and Nana are next to each other, and they don't share a number.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe the Ghost isn't Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Mm.
Alright, this is Lee Thornton.
Who's...
Don't think he's on here.
Yeah.
Oh, he told me someone was his grandma, and he loved her very much, and I forget who it was.
Right.
Harper.
Harper Stone.
Oh, Harper.
Harper.
Indeed. She ran away shortly after Charlotte died. Long enough
she
that we thought
disappeared.
we'd lost her too. One day she walked in the front door looking wild and thin as a spring sapling. Never said where she was. Her granddaddy was so mad he left the stone to remind her of what she'd put them through. She'd sit out there and read. Don't know if it was spite or if it made her feel at home. Knowing her, probably both.
That's fucked up.
Interesting.
So who was Harper on this list? So I just clicked on that.
That was...
And that was the blank one. That was the spy.
Yeah, why can't we get him to repeat himself? I think that was the grandma.
Hi there.
See you later.
Later.
Yes, there's a spy. But I also wasn't fully listening, so if there was helpful information, feel free to repeat it.
Yeah, there's a lot of information. Hey,
it's charged.
Looks like I
No.
need to figure out the password.
Maybe the...
My journal.
Maybe... Well, I was thinking either the friend or the fiance might know. Though...
Hi.
Can you help me figure out Jesselyn's password?
No.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Hang on.
Why is that her response to everything?
Tombstone portion of our scavenger hunt? There was something strange about it.
No.
Can you think of a reason she would hide her password there?
Just in case something happened to her.
What?
I thought she said that to scare me, but maybe not.
What?
Word letter.
Word letter.
Goodbye.
It all makes sense now.
Oh, that's so annoying. Does that have to stay on the charger?
Yes. Wait. No, go back. We know most of them. Maybe we can figure it out. Because wouldn't it just be... Oh, I guess there's more than just the names on there. I was thinking it was just the name. Never mind.
Every
hello.
time. Oh. I want to know who that creepy fuck is.
Some guy.
All right. Start with Grandma. I clearly should have been paying better attention to who was who.
Yeah. And it's like, is that her grandma or his? Because his grandma wouldn't be her grandma because she's a generation below. So,
But that's a scavenger hunt. I guess, like, who is the scavenger hunt designed by?
her, specifically. It's her password. So, it's not like her mom would have designed this. So, like,
So we think Rosalie
do we think Rosalie is her?
is the grandma?
I don't know. We need to find who is her mom's mom.
Clara doesn't know her mom.
No, she doesn't know her dad. Rosalie hid
No,
her
Clara-
dad.
Clara doesn't know, or Jessalyn doesn't know her dad. Wasn't Clara abandoned by her mom?
What? No, I thought it was that Clara's mom, which is Rosalie, wouldn't tell her who her father was.
Right, but I think something happened to Clara's mom.
Well, she died on May something or other.
All right, well, let's
I think it's
assume for
Rosalie.
now that Rosalie is the grandmother.
Okay.
All right, RN
8-1.
is Ruby. Okay.
Wait, no,
and
we need before you go away. We need to get the letter.
Oh, I wrote it down. It was P.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ember, and I forget what the letter was. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. R.
Okay. Yeah, I think Ruby Newton was his grandma. Yeah.
Who is Dodge? What
Dodge
was Dodge's
was
name?
Roger.
In that book?
Roger.
Okay.
I think Roger was up top. Go away from here. No, because Roger was the one who was buried next to his wife Marianne.
Oh.
Other way. Other way. No, other way. There you go.
Okay. And Roger 6. 1, 2, 3. Is side 6? The second side?
Yeah, it's
Like,
not
none
gonna
of this
be
counts.
D, right? It's not. It would have to be 6. Yeah, it's gonna have to be side, right?
So 3 is D?
I meant D for
So 3?
died.
Yes, but also
Either
is
way,
the
it's
third
side. It wouldn't
side.
matter because, like, if you count the numbers as 2,
true.
it gets you to side. So that's
True.
nice of
Okay.
them.
Now who's next? VT is down there.
Okay.
No. Just this way. And what's it? 2, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another R. So just random letters. I thought they were gonna spell something. Nor.
Unless we're doing a terrible job.
Factory
Okay.
accident.
They were up at the top to the right. The 54 souls.
54. So 1, 5.
Why?
5. Nana, Sarah. Seven, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another R. It's a lot of R's. And so Ghost, we think, is Charlotte.
Which was, yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. What did we say? 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Now, do we think it's, like, maybe there's pirates in the family? Yeah. Now, do we think it's, like, in that order, or is it an anagram? Because it's, what letters you got?
So the letters are P, R, D, R, Y, R, I,
With
W.
one vowel, there's no way that's an anagram.
I see the word dry.
Well,
Why do I have to leave the phone on the citrus battery?
it's still charging. Can you type that in again? I just want to look at all the letters together. If we're maybe there is a way to warptree, drippree,
Maybe grandma's not right.
But who else would it be? Which one was grandma in order? It was the first one.
I don't know, even if that was another letter. Like, these wouldn't spell anything.
Yeah.
God damn it. Thornton.
Yeah. It's realistic, obviously. Wait, why are you... That's all the
Right on
letters
the
you got? Wait, there's supposed to be
Right.
more letters?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's all the letters you got.
Oh, wait. Wait, did I type it in? Let me double check. That was 8 letters, right? P, R, D, R, Y, R. Oh!
You just mistyped it.
Whoops.
Oh, they got the exact same phone as Nancy.
Addie, come here quick. I see something. Seriously? Shh. Stay still. Listen, I know me here. What's happening? I'm just practicing. You are such a brat. Shh. I'm falling for it again. No, Addie, I'm serious. Listen. Footsteps. I don't hear them.
Okay.
That is not the title of this program. Oh, and I suppose you have a better name? With this ring? The Dead. No, that's weird, and you're weird for saying it. We're using mine. I'm Jesselyn Tara Thornton, and I'm Addison Abomination Hammond. And this is Ghost Talker Tours. This week, we're creeping into Thornton.
No, I think
most
the other one was
haunted
better.
place in the known universe. Children around here grew up in fear of the dreaded Charlotte Thornton, also known as my cousin. We're here to find... Ah! Oh, that is a spider! It is in my hair! I don't even want to be alive anymore! Please just
Kate,
kill
is that
me.
you?
Got it.
Relatable.
Look there. There it goes. Well, on the bright side, we can...
So she did find a spider, though. Why isn't that crossed off the
Can you
list?
take a picture of
That
it?
was the Black Widow! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Probably just gave it the scare of its life. It's not going
That's
to
a
bother
Black
us.
Widow,
It's
I
her or
mean-
me. I just dropped it. I just broke the floorboard. Let's just grab it in the AM unless you want to go one-on-one with our little friend down there. Where are we going? Are you sure you want to know? I'm just going to pretend it's a top secret, really nice hotel. We're looking for the room where Charlotte died. Remember when Elizabeth got married and we all watched rom-coms and ate caramel corn? I was just thinking, like, at no point that evening was I like, I'll die here. It just didn't come up. Maybe not for you, but 2 movies in, I was thinking fondly about my own mortality. Wait, what's that saying? The serpent rests in the center on the 2 handles. I think I know what that's about. Whoa, buddy system! Jess, where are you going? I know you're freaking out. I promise this will be quick. Are all of those coffins occupado? I gotta go outside. Just 2 seconds. There's some sort of message in the window. Yeah,
Message
I
in the
know.
window.
It says, this building is for dead
Yeah,
people
so they're in the
only."
mausoleum, I guess.
Jess? Jesselyn? This isn't funny. Where are you? Jessie! I don't want to be alone. Please stop. Please. Please come back. This isn't funny. I'm too scared. I don't understand. Are you okay? Jess, if this is a prank, it's not funny. Not funny! Jess, you're really scaring me.
Who is recording
Say something.
this?
She said, leave me alone.
Good
Now.
question.
Like, it's on Jess's phone.
Okay. Okay, guys, if I need any change your mind. The A train. Okay. Did you get the invertebrates?
What? Yeah, what? Oh, this is a...
What?
It's an autocorrect thing. Hydrate.
We will by the wedding.
Oh, invitations.
Yes. Typewriters that. Okay. Did you get my notes on the catering?
Let's just get pizza.
My mom just invited every single one of my teachers from kindergarten on to my wedding. So a lot of text messages.
Mm-hmm.
So did she like fake her disappearance to elope?
To elope without him?
Yeah,
To elope on her
yourself.
own? With another man.
I shouldn't make a call with
I want to
Jess
look
on
at her
the
call
phone.
log, Nancy. All right, well,
So that's all we got is...
that her parents or her mom's insane and something happened.
in the mausoleum. But that didn't actually
Yeah.
give us a key to the mausoleum, so...
Okay, you have to think on a next step because if I don't pee right now,
Oh.
I'm gonna have issues.
You have
So
8
be right
minutes. You can't pay out?
Nope.
Okay. Alright. All invertebrates all the time. Well... So... I don't know what to do next. I mean, I guess probably what we would do next is go talk to people. Like, I bet the next part will be revealed through dialogue. That's my guess at it. Which I will inform Kate of once they are back. But... yeah. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was something else I had to talk about. Probably. You're caps locking. Is that what you're sorry for? Invertebrates means not vertebrates. Basically, they're like creatures that do not have like bones, no spines. You know, like a snail. I think it would be an invertebrate. I try. Worms are invertebrates. Right, and your oysters. How are your oysters, Sienna? Ah! Kate! What happened? Now we're just staring at their screen. Well, we can now just comment on their screen. I see.
What happened?
I don't know, it minimized. But we now know what's on your screen. Not that we didn't know that
There's a
earlier,
box.
but... Wait, you're killing your oysters after breeding them?
Damn. Playing God, I see.
So Shan is freeze drying shrimp, and you're over here killing shucking oysters. Interesting.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph!
Hello?
Well, Claire's gone. She took her bag with her.
Wow.
That bitch.
There's nothing over here.
Are you serious?
Well,
Oh, get me the fuck out of
that
here,
was a
though.
good ending to the stream. Your, fear. But now, I figure the next thing that has to happen is we're just gonna talk to people about what we just found. But I assumed talking to her mother would be part of
That's a good
that.
point, too.
But
Look at the way he, like, turns. Just...
wait, you shuck them and then fertilize? Doesn't that kill them? Isn't shucking oysters how one gets to eat them?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Claire, go.
Only the parents. It doesn't kill them? But how does it not kill them to remove them from... Aren't they, like, attached to their shells? How are they... Wait. Oh, you... And then do...
Wait, what did that say?
With it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, their shell is
Shit.
attached to them. So you take... Ew, that's horrifying. You take the... And then do what with them? You lab grow the babies. That's why you were I understand now. Fascinating. And we want heartier oysters because...
Oh, now I can click here. Jesus Christ! Ugh.
This looks like
Someone
some
clip
sort of
that.
code.
Or don't.
No, do. Definitely do.
Draw a path to spell the name of one of the 4 colors seen behind the letters without drawing of the same path twice.
Okay, I'm on it.
Would it be yellow, I feel like?
Draw a path to spell the name of one of the 4 colors seen behind the letter.
How do I move it?
Yeah. Yellow. A green one.
Really? Oh, so they go that way.
Yeah. And wait, where you go? That's
Oh, you wanted to go to green L.
Is the color matter? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, yeah. No, that's fine. That might have been correct because there was no way to get to another L from the green one. I hadn't actually checked. I didn't see the blue L. So. Okay.
Draw a path through all the squares of the color that was spelled out. Okay. Only those?
Wait. Through all squares of the color that are spelled out on the first word. So just yellow ones. Okay, that's easy. But or maybe it's not. But
can you backtrack?
Yeah, probably it's the same where you can't go through the same thing more than once kind of thing. Well, then how would we get past the T?
I don't think there's any... Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, can you backtrack? Try to backtrack now. Just,
Oh, try to backtrack. No, you can't. Oh, does it not matter that I went through that?
Oh.
Is it going to spell something?
Ethel. Oh, maybe we have to draw it through all the yellow ones without getting stuck. That's why.
Okay, without...
Yeah,
okay.
So the other ones don't matter. So go E, and then, yeah, you'll definitely have to go T next because we don't
But
want
should
to.
I wait on that E?
Yeah,
Because it ends over
definitely
here.
wait on that E because there's no way to get back to the T if you cross. Like, if you go down, no. What are you doing? You're doing the opposite of what I just told you to do.
Oh.
Because if we go up to the T, we'll never be able to get out of there. So we have to go to the T
Okay.
first. Well, second.
Oh, is what you're saying. Okay.
Wait, you just skipped over the E. What? I meant go to the T before the second E. There you go. Now T. There we go. Now go down. Okay.
Or do we not?
Now we go to... Now,
I
no,
think
you have
we
to go to
might-
H. You have to go to H. Unless, actually, there.
Oh, but if we go this way.
Yeah. Okay,
up
so we
this-
can go through nodes again. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was. Why are you? That was okay. That's fine.
Now,
Ethel. Is the word grave? Ethel's grave. I bet it SGRAVE. When you get to the A, right.
Ethel's grave. It must be tied into that picture in the corner somehow.
okay.
Oh, like the picture with Clara's picture?
Okay.
I understand the oyster situation now. I mean, I
So
did
that's
kind of
how-
I just forgot why oysters were important, but I did know that. Anyway, yeah, so... Okay. Well, it's 9:30, so if we want to deal with Ethel's grave next time.
Yeah.
Oh, why would we assume it has to
where
do
the
with
fuck
that
Clara
picture? Is what I want to know. Like, what part of that told you it was about that that picture was related?
Because there's.
Let's say Ethel on it?
Ugh. Because she's at the grave, and we said to her, whose grave is that in the picture? And she's like, don't you think we probably covered it up for a reason?
Yeah, so how do we know it's Ethel? I mean, we know it now, I guess, but...
But we kept that. Okay. This game is scary. Alright. I'm gonna...
Oh, hi, Sienna. Shout out to Sienna.
Oh. Alright. I will save and exit.
All right.
Save again. I literally
Thank
just
you
saved
for
a second.
joining us. Thank you for, listening to the sounds of our voices, unlike the first hour.
Yep, for 3 whole hours straight, me and Rebecca both talked.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Sure. More ND. Why?
We have
The deadly
that's
device.
the one that came right before this. I think. Now this is all of them. Haven't played that. Haven't played that. Don't own that.
This was in the mystery bundle, so
Yeah.
I was thinking about playing this one.
Yeah. These are the... This is where it starts where I don't own them. I own everything before this, and we have played, or I have played recently, all but...
I don't know that I've played
This
this.
is
Oh, yes,
this
yes,
is
we
actually
have.
the last one we played together.
Yeah,
It was just you and me. Sienna wasn't there. I think we played it during Christmas or something in 2019. I don't know.
True.
Maybe 2018. I don't remember.
I don't
That's
remember the Phantom
That's the one we
Menace. I
haven't
don't
played.
think
That's the one that we've never touched. That I've never touched. That I own. That's the that's when we were halfway through when we decided to start streaming. Like when we had been playing through them, we started streaming and we never finished it. So we'll have to start it over.
I don't remember Last Train to Bloom and
You
Candy.
didn't play that. I played that with some other people recently. Not recently, as in within the last 5 years. So
But not on stream.
not on stream, not with you in college or anything like that. So I might go back to that one. I think that's same for the one you're about to click on.
I could also play it.
That's true. That might be better if you just started. Like, I think Secret of the Old Clock we also didn't play.
No, I don't
Yeah, I
remember
think
that.
those were the two that I did with others, and possibly this one? Question mark?
No, I think we played
definitely we played that one in college.
Oh, I thought we played it on stream.
No, because I don't have it on Steam.
We played this one.
This one we played, that was before we started streaming, but it was our...
Was it?
Yeah, it was during our, you, me, and Sienna's Friday night Nancy Drew hangouts during COVID.
Oh, right. See, it's blurring because we were, like, on Zoom.
Yeah. I think we played that in college.
Yes, I do remember this one.
That was in college. That's the first one we played, probably, because it's my favorite. We played... I forget if I played that with you guys or not. Do you remember that one?
I think we did.
Okay. That was during our Friday night hangouts. So was that one.
I don't...
So was that one? Yes.
Maybe. We did play this one, because this was the one I played as a kid.
Yeah, that's the one that you bought that one. We also played that at your house. Did
we?
Or maybe you didn't buy it, but we played it at your house. I know that for a fact.
Maybe it's one of the ones you bought me.
I don't remember.
I don't remember which ones you bought me. Yeah. I completely forgot that we did that during COVID. That we would play Nancy Drew. That's so funny.
Those I do own. I've never played them. They came with my big 20 pack.
Dossier. How are they any different?
I don't know. I know nothing about them.
I want to play the new one. Like the new one.
It's not my Nancy.
True, because we would do it so you could take control over the game.
What? Oh, yeah. Back in college... Wait, what?
Didn't we do it so that you could take over... Didn't we do it for a while where we could remotely control your screen?
Yeah. When we were playing via Zoom, I could give control to other people. Which I can't do on Skype.
So Rebecca would just force me. I had choice.
Just like I did in college. I would just give the mouse or control of Zoom to Kate whenever I knew something scary was coming. Not because I was scared, but because I think it's very funny. Just like the spider earlier.
It's cruel.
It was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Do miss that. But now you're in control of the scariest game of all, so
now
it's perfect.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, the new one is exactly as Tim said, from what I've heard, not well liked by people who, like, grew up with the games. But, like, you tend to be a lot less judgmental than I am of things like that, so I would probably be judgy of it. You probably would enjoy it fine. But...
That's very true.
But... I just, it's like, it's a different voice actress, and it's like, that's not the Nancy. That's not the Nancy I grew up with. I don't want that Nancy. Yeah, it's still point and click. It's just like, it's got some, it has some different features to it. It's more, I don't know, they changed some things. I don't know the full extent of it, but I know, like, the character models are different and stuff like that. The way the camera moves is different, I think.
They look like Sims.
Yeah, like, they don't... I mean, it's been updated in that it's 2019, but it still doesn't really fully look 2019.
It certainly doesn't.
Yeah, so it's like, even if you're gonna update it, it's still... Yeah. It's like, this is like the level of, like, Sims 2, you know? Like, it's not even Sims 4 level.
It's so odd to me.
Yeah. It's also, like, it's... Yeah. It's... Oh, yeah, it's just a whole new game engine, basically.
You can play it with a controller.
Yeah. And you can, like, move, like, certain objects you move around in 3D space and stuff, which is kind of cool, but, like, I don't know, it's just, if enough people I've read are just, like, do not like it, but again, the people that I followed about stuff like this are the type of people like me who grew up with the games and so are going to be more judgy. Someone coming in who's never played any of them would probably be fine, I'm guessing. And someone like you who just isn't judgy like that about stuff like this probably wouldn't mind it. Yeah, exactly.
Have another new one in the works too.
Yeah, that's what Tim was saying. I don't know anything about that. I literally didn't know that.
It's called like Sea of. I feel like I'm scared to open my internet.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama with the actual the publisher too, and like the whole old crew that worked on the previous games like left or something for various reasons. I don't know. And so like there was a big issue.
Mystery of the Seven Keys. Ship of Shadows canceled. There's mobile games.
Huh.
Nintendo DS.
Interesting.
Didn't know that.
Mystery of the Clue Bender Society. These are all, yeah, interesting. Leapfrog.
Leapfrog.
Okay.
Please.
These are not her interactive games, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so we'll get to it once we run out of every other game. That's when I'll play Midnight in Salem.
Oh, it was only just announced in April.
That's why I haven't heard of it yet, I guess.
Okay. I'm gonna close out of my internet.
You never played Blackmore? That's like I feel like that's the most, like, highly rated one. Like, when people say, you know, the one to start is Blackmore Manor. Oh, DVD version. I don't know if there's a difference. I guess I have CDs of all the old ones. I have CDs of everything up to, I think, Venice. So. No, we did not play that on stream. That's one of the old ones we played back in college, because it's one of the best. The ones we played in college, I'm pretty sure were all my favorites that I had on disc, because it was before I didn't buy the Steam version until that time I was at Kate's, and we couldn't get. So I had bought Kate some of them for Christmas, but then Kate started using, but they were for a Mac, and Kate started using a PC, and so couldn't use the Mac version of the games, and so I just ended up went and bought the game we wanted to play anyway. But at that time, this was before Midnight in Salem was out, and it had been years since a new game, so like basically they were all on deep discount, and I got a 25-pack for like $20. Now it's like each of them is, you know, $7 minimum. Some of them are more than that, you know. Some of them $20 each. I'm like, that's insane that I got the 25 games I own for $20 is insane. And I'm almost out of them now. But like, yeah, so back in college we were playing the ones that I had on CD, and the ones we played were Blackmore Manor, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, Haunted Carousel, Shadow Ranch, because those are like my favorite ones.
The Steam summer sale is approaching.
That's true. I might finally, during the summer sale, buy some more of them, since it's about time. I just wish the packs were, like, numerical instead of, like, here's a random pack. It's like they're selling them, like, there's a continuity to these games, you know? Like, yeah, we play them out of order, but, like, and you obviously can, but there is a continuity, and the fact that the bundles are all bundles of random games, it's just like, I want the next one in order, though.
Let's see. What's the beginner bundle?
The Dossier, White Wolf,
One of the dossiers.
I own all of those already. I guess I've begun. Why are those beginner?
Don't know.
Exactly. It's like, it is better when you play in order because you
I guess they're just
recognize
the easier
certain people. Maybe. I mean, we had to use walkthroughs for all of them.
Like, riddle me this. Why is there a mystery one? The fuck?
They're
all mysteries.
They're
Haunting of Castle Malloy, Legend of the Crystal Skull, Alibi and Ashes, The Silent Spy, and The Final Scene.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't help you there.
What else is in the scary bundle? Ghost Dogs in Midland.
They all have the 2 options.
With the Water's Edge. Message in a Haunted Mansion.
Let's see, Blackmore. Yeah, I own all of those. Except for Ghost of Thornton Hall, of course.
I'm gonna play Spider-Man.
History.
The class.
So, these must be, like, based on the books,
Or the
maybe?
old
I own
class.
that, own that, own
Yeah.
that,
According to
own that.
me.
I own all of those, too. Where are the bundles with the new games?
Well, I mean, Alibi. A lot of the mystery ones. Alibi and Ashes is newer.
That's true. That one I don't have.
Spy.
Yeah, I guess I gotta get the mystery bundle. So I think Alibi and Ashes might be the next one in order. I'm not positive. I don't remember. But yeah.
It's on your wish list.
What?
They're all on your wish list.
Right. That answers that.
The adventure bundle. Different than the travel bundle. The Shattered
I
Medallion.
don't have that. That's the only one there I don't have. It's weird when you buy a bundle when you already own things in the bundle, it just takes the percentage off of the ones that you have. It's like some of these it's just like, here's a bundle of one thing for you.
Yep. Phantom of Venice, Age by Sign, Capture Curse.
Sea of Darkness I don't have, I don't think. Yeah, I don't have that one.
Released in 2017.
It's got pirates, I want that.
It's got
And
pirates.
Shattered Medallion I don't have. It looks like it has pirates. I'm guessing it has pirates.
Street.
Okay, so it's not... Tim, I have up to number 23, I believe. So, whatever number 24 is, that's what I'm missing. So maybe... It might be Sea of Darkness is actually 24. I don't remember. There's 10 whole games I don't own. That's wild. Oh, Captive. Okay, I was just wrong. Anyway, I think that's...
Now that
we've done that.
Dexter, leave me alone. Where is your
Wow,
mother?
so Sea of Darkness is second to last one? That's wild. Okay, I was way off. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, good night, everybody. I'm gonna...
Good night. You get the soundtracks on Steam.
What?
You really wanted those. So you could get the soundtracks.
Great.
I know by heart. That's impressive, Tim.
That is impressive. Clearly, I know the 23 that I own, probably. Well, just close. I don't know that I could really do it, but close. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Good night.
I'm turning us off now.